Dude, right when I started streaming, he walks in. That's so crazy. Levi, how did you know? How did you know? Did you hear something? Do you want your blanket? How did you know I was live, Levi? Tell me. In here? No? Where you go? You don't even know. You stand there. Lay down there. Do it, Levi. Gotta close the door, buddy. Don't do it. I'm being trolled right now. You followed me all the way in here. Why did you wait till I started screaming? There's nobody in here, man. It's just me. What do you want? It's like a weird guessing game I gotta play. It's like, because nothing ever satisfies them. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't speak dog. Are we safe? I don't know. I feel like once they get in the middle, this is gonna bark, like sneak up on me and bark like he did last time. He like yelped right in my ear. And I didn't know he was behind me. That shit was crazy. Fucking startled me and I hit autoplay because I didn't know what to do. I think autoplay is a touchpad. I was gonna recap too before we started this, but they're probably gonna say some stuff and I'll remember as we go. It's been a couple of days because I got sick, but as you can hear, I can talk a little bit better now. I got 2 jugs of water. I know that we're in the second half of the trial, but I don't think this is the end. It's going by a little too quick, and I don't think this is the end. This is the last case. There's probably going to be a lot more stuff going on. Plus, Phoenix is the main character, so we have to win with Phoenix, and we're still playing as Edgeworth. I assume so. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are only 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. All right? I'll help. I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? Because she did tell us that she even gave us... First, she gave us something saying that she didn't go, right? Like a testimony? Yeah. And we got it admitted in as evidence. And it was accepted, I guess, because we used it a couple times. But that's still just like hearsay. He said, she said, you know? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. I feel like, low-key, dude, Bikini might be the worst that we've come across. And she hasn't even really done anything yet. Like, Gant was bad. Gant was bad. Alright? But Bikini, the way she's going about this, I feel like she did it. Because she caught on a couple lies. But the way she's going about it, it's like, if I find out this is actually Maya's mom, this lady is fucking deranged. Or even if it's Pearl's mom, that's still fucked up. Mr. Edgeworth. It is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room, Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used that snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edward. You gotta be shitting me. Okay. Listen, y'all. Listen. The first time Edgeworth talked to her, or Phoenix, one or the other, she had 5 Cyclops. About some other topic. And now she got 5 more? God damn, girl. You might as well just stay your ass in like a padded cell or something. You got so many secrets you want to hold? Shit. Iris, I can't tell you about that yet. Yet as in she'll tell us. Not until her safety is confirmed. Whose safety? Is she Pearl's older sister? No way. Whose safety? Her? Safety of the Acolyte. Oh, Maya. The Acolyte? Huh? Should be talking about Maya. Iris. Look at me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donham? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As a thought, no Cyclops. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. I feel like I got sick last time because of dehydration. So we gotta really lock in on drinking water. I forgot Von Karma was one we're going up against. I forgot about the Canadian judge too. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? Did I do a German accent for her? I might have. And I don't know if that's fucked up or not. I'll just read it how it is, but in a softer voice, I guess. During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I have no clue who he could be drawing there. I'm not gonna lie. But I do find it interesting that she had a weapon and you do too. Just saying. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse of an artist before the court. Oh, we gotta talk to Larry, or Larice, as he calls himself. Larice Donham, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that the whip is going to be plenty more use today. See plenty more use today. She finna whip the fuck out of him, bro. This gonna be bad. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff, who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, Viridian. Viridian? That's a thing? What? I said Viridian. That's not right. Viridian. What? Huh. Okay, Larry. This isn't an art store now, is it? I know I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. Still a little congested, it's annoying. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. It wasn't that bad. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. She finna, dude. He's lucky. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch. 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 Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping Miss Carva. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Whoa, this is too much for me. She got hit me in here whimpering, bro. Alright, what I saw. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but oh my god. I'm gonna get like I wonder if a cough drop will prevent like this from happening. Cause I'll talk and then like my nose will just like stop allowing air to come through. I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Larry, I think you did it. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my job, my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he can be to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you internally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Without or with no touching, think you? I can delve into other details at a later time. Or we can delve. What I saw. So it's 4 statements.
Hold it.
Edgeworth, come on, man, chill out. You ain't gotta do it like that, bro. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay where I live. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, isn't it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? Bro, Edward finna jump over and fight him, bro. Why did he even say that statement if he knew all this stuff about it was not true? See, you can do it if you try. There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. That was a good little segment, I like that. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but why do you do that? A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times. I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet real love is about waiting for your heart in your hands. Waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, as you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No. That was implying a product. You huffy puppy, loosey goosey, excuse for whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. A lot of alliteration there. So, what did you see? Hope for your sake, you saw a snowmobile. Huffy puppy, loosey goosey, excuse for whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. Hey? Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. True. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Just shut up. What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that it will finally get him to spill the beans. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those crimson lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed, it seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost me any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions to keep things moving along. So I have to present something. I'm pretty sure he saw one person, because we met him as Phoenix before we played as Edgeworth. Specifically at the bridge. I definitely remember meeting him there. But I could be wrong. Also, he's the one who called the police. What are you talking about, Larry? You call Edgeworth. Dumbass. Larry Butts. I can understand why you want to throw away your, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened to come across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right. Me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these not the hiccups. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then, Larry? What you can do is change your inner self for now. But for now, what you saw that night. Testify truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy. I think I'm finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? My dog just barked at my dad who's trying to sleep. Oh, never mind. He got it. Okay. I think this time he's going to be really honest, right? We wouldn't go through all that trouble just for him to lie again, right? Not going to do that? I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bed when a light flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. That sounds honest to me. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never knew with that man, or I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Please commence your cross-examination. I've read that so many times in so many different ways that all of them just kind of blended together at that very moment, and I read that entirely wrong. But it's okay. You can read. Now I got 5 statements. Now trying to press them last time didn't really work because he was lying. I feel like I can press them on these and it'll be progressing.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait and I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place. Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. I was lying around my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kerpow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ow! Or a little like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so I thought at first, forget it. I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know. I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first witness. There was still some thunder, so I went right away to check it out. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess around a 5-minute walk? How did Dusty Bridge look when you got there? Like I have recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids made during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press them or a little more info? I want to ask him for more more info, but I don't want it to like disappear. I want to ask him for both. A good question is, why did he go to the bridge? Because it was on fire. I mean, you see it's on fire. Why would you go to it, you know? I'll just go to the first one. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with that serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then it's here. Why didn't you? Oh, well, okay, but my reason, it isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Okay. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. There's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of hearts, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay. I think that 4th Street move can still press him for the other thing. I didn't press him on the last game either. Okay. Why'd you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why'd you change your mind? I'd like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give your testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning it is. So I never get another chance to, okay, see something this big burning up. No, we didn't press him on this. Let's see what he says. So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real spectacle. Spectacle. Like really special. Can you really trust the witness who was unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to be love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. I'll give you a few hits if you like with my whip. Okay. And with that. Now. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Let me go back. I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been around 10:30. Alright. I'm thinking the weather report. Lightning from 10 to approximately 11. Lightning struck Dusty Bridge around 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. I don't know if this is right, but I would assume this is it. Huh. Because 10:45, he was saying it took him 5 minutes though to get there. Nah, he couldn't have got there. He couldn't have got there. No, he keeps saying 5 minutes. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right because of the time on the weather data. Let me save. I don't think that's right. I mean, we could be wrong. I got a lot of life here, but I just like to save just in case I need more of it later. Alright. I wasn't right. Huh. Something's not right here. Let me press that statement again. Because I don't think this is the same statement that I had before. Is it changing depending on which one I press them on? Because there were two options to press and it didn't add a new statement. So is it changing based on if I press them with the... Let me see. Yeah, this is different. Oh, okay, so the fifth statement changes based on which one I press with. And he couldn't have been there 5 minutes. He couldn't have been there. Okay, I get it now. This must be right then. Okay, we're good. I think. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy arrives on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up to him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is that correct? Yeah. Well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11. It all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Because he was seeing the body before he headed that way. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larice Donham. Ow! It has been proven that the murder occurred at 12 or 11 p.m. The sister said around 11. In which case, it could not have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Mr. Francisco Marcama. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have still been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. That makes sense, because Larry's saying it was like a big inferno. And when we got there, it definitely wasn't an inferno. If it was, Phoenix would be absolutely stupid to even try to run through that. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11, but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now listen, what happened during the missing 15 minutes? I feel like I've got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. Ew. I guess. Why did it auto skip, bro? I'm trying to read it. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Haha, pinch me. Okay. So there was a missing, or hold on. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see it as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he isn't capable of being so stupid. I think what happened is Iris actually did meet him. And she kissed him. And he knows that if she was there at that time, they would say that she did it. So he's trying to protect her. I just doing the kissing part. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. A woman. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us this whole time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this one. However, let this witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for the 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? The missing 15 minutes. Okay. I'm a donum. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped out into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the plays had gone out. God damn it. Oh my god, I gotta get some water. Before I realized it, the plays had gone out. And then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it, Mr. Edgeworth. Has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And that would be? This surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Huh. Maybe he saw something he wasn't supposed to see. Maybe he has evidence on him. Haha. You'll regret this, Edgy.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry. My name is Larice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Larice Stoneham, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. You are an artist? Of course. I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Means me nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What are you doing? What were you doing? That's a very big issue indeed. Get to get rid of the... Hold on. Sketching in front of the bridge, I got whipped up into a frenzy of art. Okay.
Hold it!
Sketching the burning bridge. The burning bridge is everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips? Do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Oh, she did say he was drawing something earlier. So he must have like a picture. Okay. I forgot about that. That's at the very beginning of this episode. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted here. That's the feeling you get from this guy? Yeah, we're gonna get the image. Come on. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagine what? That Larice Stoneham debut will take place here today like this. Ouch. Show it now. Okay, but still yourselves. This is the world of Larice Stoneham. Looks like a lady flying across the bridge. How would he draw that? Like, maybe the flames just looked like that to him, but it's like perfect. It's like a whole lady, legs, dress, hovering above a bridge. It's not a bad drawing either. I don't hate it. Low key, I put this on the fridge if my kid drew this. Well, this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes. Well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is gonna get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine. What is that unfortunate looking figure? You spotted that? I thought you might. However much I want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What would happen to her if she injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming that to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over the bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in the picture. Wow, what was that for? Say all a bad dream. I'm aiding you to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek with your, or from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, now no court of law will ever acknowledge that people could fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edward, please, bring the witness back down to earth. What, me? This witness is your friend, is he not? I sense the reach of foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Submitted into evidence, Larry's horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. It looks really good. What are they saying? Horrible sketch. Now hurry up to cross-examine him. What? They hung up on that for a minute there. I saw Iris flying, her hood fluttering, white hood fluttering. She didn't have her hood on, so he couldn't have saw that. That's the part that doesn't make sense. Just where did you see that sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see. That all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes. This sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it directly onto the page. You transferred everything directly onto the page, and that is this sketch here? Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway. It did? That's right, the reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? It's gotta be it, right? Go me! Ow! Please continue. Before I realized the flames had gone out and then he came running up. You forgot the passage of the time that to that extent, did you? Well, once I got caught up once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That's true, he always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. Ingshad appeared on the scene after 11:15. He was drawing until then. That dispels all doubts. Aside from all doubts of the humanity, eh? This is a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. So he said something about the hood thing, and she wasn't wearing one, so we can just present that right here, yeah. Here we go. Because Phoenix had it. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? The person who flew over the bridge could not be the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I'm not understanding. A foolhardy foolish fool. Or no, hold on. Yes, a foolly of a foolish statement by an equally foolhardy fool. Now exactly, how exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? I don't disagree that he saw this. My whole thing is his interpretation of what he saw. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over that bridge. That burning bridge. And I, Louis Stoneham, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a weapon serving of pain. You've been serving us whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Some water. Statement of progress. Alright. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was still worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal spear, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. Ah, this might belong to Bikini. Maybe he thought she was flying because she was on the snowmobile going really, really fast. Maybe that's what this is. No? A crystal spear. This one. Pretty, isn't it? By Finders Keepers. I was trying to fix my Raycon earbuds. I noticed that they weren't actually charging, and I was probably going to wear them after this is over. Not a paid sponsor. That spear, where did you find it? Let me see, around here somewhere? Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow? It would appear much stopped snowing by then. Or it had pretty much stopped snowing by then. Yeah. Whoever was on the snowmobile, they dropped this. Like, it probably fell out of their pocket as they were going. That's my guess. But I don't know anyone who would have had this. Or maybe it was, Miss Donham. Didn't she have that? Am I crazy? Is there a picture of her that we have? I was right, it's hers. But here's what I'm confused on. Because her body was found in the courtyard with the staff. Staff didn't have the purple thing. But he has the purple thing, and he said he found it over by the bridge. Almost like someone was trying to throw it away. Maybe this is the evidence. Hold on, what did he... Can we see the spear again? Is it in the court record already? It's not. I thought it was going to be... I thought it had like red stuff on it, but I'm not sure. We'll get it though. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal spear. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. Yeah, it does have blood on it. Oh, she didn't get killed with this Shisito. She got killed with her staff. That's what happened. Hold on, let me look at the crime scene photo again. Aw, damn, it doesn't show the staff in the background. Because I remember when we went to the crime scene, it was like in the snow a little bit, but we didn't really fuck with it. It's got blood on it, I bet. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood. Crystal spear found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge that night. The crime has blood on it. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow, you'll be calling Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Larice Donald only a few minutes ago? Cross-examination. So I'm pretty sure we gotta present the that photo that I just looked at, because it has a crystal spear in it, right? But let's just press everything, like always. So you went to the burning bridge. That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say? I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all, she must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point. So what did you do next? I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. Maybe somebody's soul is trapped in the spear. Whose soul, I don't know. But yeah. So you searched all over for her. She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she'd slipped onto her, or slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw a pill away somewhere around there, so you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? Did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep and there was even a banana peel out there. Yep, there's stupid, and then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next? Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out too. I'm impressed you did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro, a genius security guard. I used a pin light I borrowed from my company to help me search. To help my search. And it sparkled really brightly, as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal spear on Iris's hood. Ah, true. Hold on. It does, but it definitely goes with this, for sure. We know that from the photo. They almost got me. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? I'm sure that I was simply wearing a spare hood. There's no spare hoods. Bikini told us that. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they're assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, right, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal spear was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from the hood, where could it have come from? That's the question I aim to answer. Someone's Edgeworth or Von Karma, I don't think it was Bikini. Or maybe it was Bikini. Someone said that they went to the bridge. There's a possibility that the perpetrator went to the bridge and tried to throw away some evidence. I think they tried to throw this off the bridge. And they missed. The only person with short enough arms to miss this going into the bridge is Bikini. But yeah. That is the question I aim to answer. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. We're definitely presenting on this statement. Let me confirm this one last time, okay? The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal spear, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini next morning, and her crystal spear was still there, safe and sound. It was, yep, indeed. She was wearing it in its room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Supposing the obvious contradiction is this and this testimony will be easy. But I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. So I'm going to present on this last statement, I think, unless there's other ones. I think it's best to present here on the conclusion of his theory. Alright. Where is she? Here she is. Let's go. Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal spear. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donham. The mentor is to a stupid idiot. Me not being able to read. The victim. The victim? That sounds better. I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a similarly looking crystal spear. Hey! It's my photograph. Give it back. Ouch. A crystal spear like that is very easy, quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They are nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. There's no blood on the staff, so I guess it's fine. The crystal sphere is gone. What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood, most importantly. The crystal spear found at the landing site was not hers either. Maybe frickin' Elise flew, and that's a witch staff to fly with. Which means the one that flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Donham. A fool alongside another fool, and a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is just ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw it with my own... Ow! My own eyes. He actually said eyes didn't say ow that time. Interesting. And this crystal spear. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought. And I'm sure you'll realize it is. It as well, Mouth Edgeworth. Elise Donham was in her room on the night of the murder. There's a reason for her to go to the bridge. No, but there's a reason for the person who killed her to go to the bridge. Therefore, the spear could not be related to this case. That is all. This turns to confront Carmen. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal spear was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. You expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal spear. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal spear, isn't there? Does that suggest that it was thrown away after the murder took place? The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is exactly same reason that he drew this ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? No, she's saying you're covering up for Iris, bro. I'm all joking aside. Just when did the crystal spear appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that it is related to this case. She makes a valid point. That's true. There is no evidence that Elise Donham left Herzakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal spear can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. I don't think it was dropped before she was killed. I think she got killed and they tried to get rid of the blood on the spear. Your response, Mr. Edward? Maybe the whole thing she's talking about with the little bath that she was talking about is actually her trying to clean off the spear. Owing your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal spirit, let's go ahead and save again. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who called will have nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very important punishment. Smile, Can I prove it? Can I prove the crystal spirit was dropped before the murder took place? Go for it. Can I prove it? So this isn't the issue. Simply prove it. It's the only option. That's what he'd do. Yep. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Yep. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I prove that the crystal spirit is a vital link to solving this case. We'll do that. And look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal spear was indeed dropped before the murder. I guess you could say it was dropped before the murder because it wasn't at the crime scene. But I think it was, I don't know, maybe me thinking it was a murder weapon is wrong. But the crime photo, you see it's not there, so. And her spear is there at the crime scene too. So, I guess you could say it happened beforehand. Why is there blood on it? I don't know. The crystal spear it was half buried in the snow, correct? True. That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Just when it makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal spear was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly. Oh yeah, that proves why it wasn't. Yeah, that also helps. It was snowing, and it had stopped snowing when the murder happened. Because Elise didn't have snow on her body. Gotcha. Huh. So then maybe she got killed way before her body got there. Damn. That's pretty fucked. And Phoenix was asleep, though, by the time he had, come to see it. So, a lot could have happened in between the time he was sleeping. Because even though he's asleep, doesn't mean everyone else is. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. It's proven earlier today that there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal spear must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal spear to come loose. What could that have been? This spear. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this conjunction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection!
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolishly piece of absolute foolishness. Yo, what if Elise got pushed off the side of the bridge where there's a hole and she didn't fall into the water? And then, nah, that couldn't work because how would they get her back across? The snowmobile wouldn't get them across the water, I don't think. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. That was mean. Just who is the fool And which part is so foolish, Mr. Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Ms. Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could have very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus, there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Lee's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes about 15 minutes to try. Oh! They drove her body back on the snowmobile. Crazy. One foot it takes 15 minutes. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Hazakura, Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I'm gonna have to present something, but I think I know what it is. I don't think we have the snowmobile in the evidence, but we probably got like a. Wasn't it like a photo of like tracks or something? I just need to prove that my version of events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. It should be new. Yeah, that's it. That's why it's going back and not forth. She probably preemptively brought the snowmobile to the bridge and then took the body back to the temple. On that snowy night, there's one way that the body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As you know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it's also been used to carry a body. Order, order, order. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. He's the only one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Well, I think Bikini probably had her thinking that she was the only one who could have a key to the snowmobile. But she actually isn't the only one who had the snowmobile. Bikini also had a key too. That's what I think happened. You're too late, Francisco Markarma. In fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim of Leastone really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even mean to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that would hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. And thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right? I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought, Mr. Super Karma. You make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this is all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had friends. Ouch. How's Edgeworth? I do not care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. Ow! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. Damn. She hit him at least 12 times. I can't believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been truth or lies? Next time we gather in the courtroom, the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on a thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? This court is now adjourned. Nice. Nice. Good timing. Big old save. I like the jingle at the end of the cases in the first game. And I guess if switch back to Phoenix now. Yeah, because they have the clinic. Alright. We'll pick up on this tomorrow.